Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now in this video, I'm gonna be reviewing the entire first wave of the new JoyToy SNK, the King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match action figures. Now usually I don't collect 1/18 scale figure because for me they are way too small, less articulation, and not that much sculpted details. But so far, based from what I see on the earlier release of JoyToy, I think they are the exception because I did see the review of their Ninja Turtles line and even their Warhammers line. And for a very small figure, they are kind of very sculpted very well painted. And in the case of this SNK King of Fighters, one of the things that I noticed is that for a 1/18 scale, they do have a lot of point of articulation. So these are the first three characters that is part of their initial release. So it includes Benimaru, I hope I read this correct, Benimaru Nikaido, Kyo Kusanagi, and Goro Daimon, which are all part of the hero team. So, first of all, let us have a look at their packaging. So, here is the front of the box. So, it says JoyToy SNK, and this is part of the King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match game. They are 1/18 scale. And it turns out he is part of the hero team, Benimaru Nikaido. Now it does have this very huge clear window at the front where you can basically see the whole figure and all the accessories that comes with it. Now the style of this packaging is that the clear window continues here up to the back, which aesthetically it does look nice, but if you are an inbox collector, I'm not sure if this type of design is stable enough, especially on this side since there's no cardboard support here. So I'm not sure if through time this will not get messed up. Anyway, on the other side of the box, it's a photo of the action figure. Again, hero team Benimaru Nikaido, King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match. At the back, I thought that there's gonna be a small biography of the character, but there isn't any. It just says King of Fighter, hero team, the name, and then product category. Yeah. So there isn't any biography of the character. And I guess this sticker is SNK's seal of approval. And if you are curious about the product code, there it is. So let us start the review with Benimaru. These are everything that comes with him out of the box, and may I say, when it comes to power effects and alternate hands, I'm already impressed with JoyToy because they basically give you all you need here. Plus the fact that I know that they're also selling a separate diorama. I actually also have that pre-ordered, and I'm really excited for that to be delivered. First up, he has this base or a stand that can also be used for a flight stand basically because it has this clamp on him. One less thing to worry about for your figure. Then he actually has this huge lightning bolt thingy, which is nicely made and well detailed. I think you just need to put it on his hand like this. So for a punching for a pinching position. The joint, considering that this has a little weight on him, the joint of the figure, as you can see, is actually pretty good and pretty tight because look, it doesn't go down. So joint wise, I think this is pretty well designed. Another effect part is this, which you can still also attach on his hand pretty well. It does connect pretty well. That looks really cool. Then he also comes with this, again, lightning effects, which out of the box it is actually connected to this one so that you can basically just stand it on a flat surface. Like this one. But yeah, as you can see, it easily falls down, and that is actually where this other part comes in. So as I said, out of the box, it is connected to this one with the flat surface. So all you have to do is remove that. Then connect it with this one. So it will have that tab at the bottom. Then from the base, you can then just easily attach it. To give it a more stable connection to the ground. So you can then display him like this. He also comes with this basic base or stand with the King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match logo. Now this you're gonna need when the background diorama arrives. This is basically, when you're playing a game, so this is the logo of the fighter that you're using with the light gauge at the bottom. So this is what you're gonna put it, the blue side, and then the red side on the left. Again, can't wait to see what that diorama looks like. And yeah, JoyToy doesn't only give you accessories for the power of the character, but also an alternate head. So here's an alternate shouting head. Again, I'm amazed with the detail that JoyToy has given to this figure despite of how small it is. I guess JoyToy is now becoming the king of 1/8 scale, and hope they get more IP. Aside from the closed fist hands that is on him out of the box, he also comes with 3 pairs of alternate hands. So here are the 3 additional pairs of alternate hands, which adds to the fan factor of the figure. Here is a complete 360-degree look of the figure. The figure scales at 5¼ inches or 13.5 centimeters. I'm not sure if they are oversized to the 1/18 scale because if I'm not mistaken, 1/18 scale is like 4 inches or 10 centimeters. Or there's a possibility that this is one of their taller guys. That's why they are more than 5 inches. Again, for the size of this figure, you can already see the sculpted detail that's given to it. I mean, you can basically see the muscles and the abs of the character sculpted, which is pretty amazing considering of how small this figure is. It actually beats other bigger scale characters of companies when it comes to the sculpt and details. So here is a default head sculpt that is on him out of the box, and may I say, as far as the paint and sculpt, it is actually done pretty well and done sharply. Looking at the torso and the arms, you can see the sculpted muscle on him. Even the shirt actually has some sculpted details on it, which is amazing considering of how small this figure is. Just look at it. Then look at the belt. I'm amazed of the people who paint this figure because it is done really well considering how small, again, the figure is. Even the pants is not just plain, it actually has a lot of sculpted detail on it, and the way it is painted, they even added like panel lining on it to add some character on the fence. Look at the shoes. Well sculpted and well painted. Man, whoever sculpted this is really amazing, because to put all of these sculpted details in such a small figure, amazing. Here is a close-up of the right side of the figure. Look at that, there's even that small detail on the shoes. Now the right side of the figure. And the back of the figure. Now let us have a look at the articulation. So for the head articulation, it has both the joint on the head and the neck. So pretty good range looking down. Then you can also look up, side to side, and that. So head articulation, definitely an A+. For the shoulder and the hand, he can do the T-pose, and then not so much. I don't think he has any butterfly articulation. So this round thing here is only used to cover the gap, just like what McFarlane does. So that can rotate, and then that. He has a bicep cut there. Then double jointed elbow, which actually looks pretty good. Then single ball peg for the hand, does it have any twist on it? Let me see. Yep, it does. It does have. So it can do that and that and rotate. So it can pretty much do this. It does have a cut here on the bicep, which is well positioned because of the design of his costume. So there's rotation there, and then there's also waist rotation. He can lean back pretty well. He can also lean forward pretty well. Side to side. So far, when it comes to the articulation, the only thing that is this figure didn't fast is the butterfly articulation. Now for the leg, there's a drop down, so he can actually do the bend down 100%. And then he can kick forward. Can kick forward that far. And he can kick backward that far. Double jointed knee. That doesn't look bad. Then for here, there's rotation, then ankle rocker. Can move backward, can move forward, and imagine that. For a small figure, he actually has a toe articulation. So as far as articulation, this figure is definitely an A+. The only thing that they don't have is a butterfly articulation, but aside from that, everything else, definitely an amazing range when it comes to articulation, which is definitely a must for a fighting figure. I never imagined that I'm gonna be amazed like this by a 1/8 scale figure, but man, sculpt-wise, articulation-wise, accessory-wise, this figure definitely checks all of the boxes. If you're looking for a really good fighting figure, definitely this is a must-have, especially if you are a fan of the King of Fighters. I'll be honest guys, I am not that familiar with the King of Fighters. I just played it every now and then when I was a kid, so I didn't really follow the series. But as you all know, I am more of a huge fan of action figure, and for an action figure, this is definitely an A+ for me. Definitely a must buy. Now let us check the other characters. Now let us have a look at the character which I am more familiar with, Kyo Kusanagi. I said I'm more familiar with, but did I pronounce his name correctly? Is that read as Kyo or Kyo? Let's just go with Kyo Kusanagi. So same style of packaging, the front of the box. Although in the case of this one, I think Kyo comes with a much bigger and more explosive power accessories or power effects. But again, same design. I'm really worried with that this will not stand the test of time. The side, bottom of the figure, top, the King of Fighters 98, and the bottom. There are no legalese on this one. Okay, so the QR code is here. If you're curious about it. So let us unbox Kyo. So these are everything that comes out of the box with Kyo Kusanagi. He actually comes with not one, but two flight or base stand, which makes sense because just the effect parts itself needs their own stand. Let's start with the first effect parts. Here it is, which you can actually connect here on the base. Oops. There, so you can connect it on the base. Here's another flame effect parts, which I guess you can connect directly to his hand. And again, guys, just to prove to you how tight the joints of this figure are, this effect actually has some weight into it, but look, he does lifts it pretty well like it's nothing. Then there is this huge explosion, which you can actually separate into two parts, but I'm not sure that they are designed to be separated. I think they only design it into two parts in order for it to look really cool. If I'm not mistaken, this can also be connected to the base here. Can it? Yeah, it can. It can be connected. That's a very huge explosion effect. I mean, just look at the size of the character versus the size of the explosion effect. Now that's real power. It also has this alternate hand which have this flame effect fixed on it, which I think is a good idea because it makes displaying the figure with this flame effect more stable. He also comes with this alternate hungry face or teeth gritting face. And of course, for the sold separately background diorama, here's his avatar for the light gauge. So red and blue. And I almost forgot, he also comes with the standard base with the King of Fighters Ultimate Match logo. So aside from the closed fist hands that is already on him out of the box, he also comes with this, well, fixed flame effect hand, which I already showed. So there's also these two additional pair of hands. A pair of fighting hand and I guess a pair of karate or open palm hand. Here is a complete 360-degree look of the figure, and Kyo scales at 4.5 or 11.5 centimeters. I guess Benimaru has a size advantage on him because of the, well, basically because of the way Benimaru's hair just stands up. I think that's the only height advantage he has. Anyway, let us have a closer look at the figure's sculpt and paint job. So here is the head sculpt of the figure. And may I say, in the case of Kyo, it is not as that much painted. I think in the case of this one, they used the natural color of the plastic, the gray one. But still, it does look good because there's still that painted detail. Look at the buttons, and then that white one. It also has a lot of texture, sculpted texture on the clothes. And the shoes, this is actually where I'm amazed. The way that they still actually took the time to sculpt the design of the shoes. So for the pants, a lot of sculpted detail there. And here is the right side of the figure. So there's that logo, I guess. And here is the left side of the figure. And finally, the back of the figure. Now let us check his articulation. For the head, you can look down that far. So same as the Benimaru, joint is both on the head and the neck. So it does have a pretty good range looking down. Looking up, it's kind of limited by the color of his jacket. But I think he can, except that it is limited by the color of his jacket. Then side to side, again, kind of limited by the color of his jacket, but the articulation is there. For the hand, so there's rotation there. Then he can do the T-pose. And again, no butterfly articulation here. So bicep cut is here. Double jointed elbow. So you can do that. Now for the wrist, there's the rotation and there's that movement. It does have a cut in the torso, so there's rotation there. And then he also has waist articulation, so you can actually lean backward that far. So good thing that the jacket is made of soft rubber. Then you can also lean forward pretty well. inside to side. No problem there. For the leg, there's a drop down, so you can do the bend down also pretty well. You can kick forward that far. You can kick backward that far. Double jointed knee. And then the design of the bottom of the fence kind of limits the articulation of the shoe, but the articulation is there. Then he also has a toe articulation, which doesn't seem to work there. So that is it for the articulation. Basically same as Benimaru. And as far as the range of the articulation of this figure, it is actually pretty amazing. They actually put a bigger skilled figure of other company to shame. Another winner, so that's 2 out of 3. Definitely an amazing figure. These figures, I really underestimated JoyToy because of its scale, but the articulation of this figure definitely puts bigger other companies that are, that sells bigger scale figures to shame. The only thing that this figure lacks is the butterfly articulation, but aside from that, the range of their points of articulation, amazing. Plus, as I said, the tightness of the joints is actually there, because just look at this one. This effect parts, this fire effect parts has weight on it, but the figure has no problem holding it in this pose. Okay guys, figure number 3 in this wave, which is Goro Daimon, which is the biggest of the 3 characters in this wave. So here is the packaging. Same style as the first 2. Back, side, top, bottom, and the figure code if you're interested with it. And here is everything that comes with him out of the box. Now, maybe when it comes to power effects or battle effects, there's only 2 basically, but those are very huge special effects. So I guess it is a standard now. The figure comes with this standard base or stand. And aside from it, there's also this standard base with the King of Fighters Ultimate Match logo. Character's avatar for the separately sold diorama for the character's life gauge. Alternate shouting head sculpt. And this is power effect number 1, which I'm thinking is a show of his strength. I think this is something that you can use for him to show is an effect of how strong it is. Also could be used for a ground punch. And here's another power effects. He also comes with this. I forgot what this is called, but I'll just call it a jacket, which you can actually lay on his back like that. Now, aside from the closed-fist hands, he also comes with these 3 pairs of alternate hands. Here's a complete 360-degree look of the character, and his skills at 5 3/4 inches or 14.5 centimeters. Now, considering that this is a huge character, they definitely went all out when it comes to the sculpt of the muscles of this figure. Here's a closer look at the head sculpt of the figure. And as you can see, guys, there's a lot of sculpted details on this figure to definitely show the muscles of the character. And even on the pants, there are also a lot of sculpted details on it, which definitely is amazing. It makes the figure less boring. And look at those sandals. Definitely well sculpted and detailed. Here is the right side of the figure. The left side. And the back. I'm not sure if it is showing in the camera, guys, but I think there's a little difference when it comes to the skin tone of the torso compared to the skin tone of the hands. Maybe in the camera it is not that obvious, but I think it is the same issue that I had with the SH Figuarts Goku. I forgot which version that is, wherein the main reason is that they use a completely different plastic for the torso of the figure, which is why the skin tone looks a little different compared to the hands. But I'm not sure if it is showing in the camera. But on hand, it's one of the first things that I noticed, but it's not that bad as the same as that SH Figuarts Goku though. Now, let us have a look at the articulation of Goro Daimon. So same thing, both articulation connection on the neck and the head, giving it a pretty good range looking down. Looking up, again, pretty good range. Side to side. For the hands and shoulder, okay, it can rotate and then T-pose. I guess on this one, it does have a bit of a butterfly articulation. bicep cut, double jointed elbow, then wrist peg. So we can do this. Can actually do a bear hug, I guess. Yeah, can actually do a bear hug. Now for the bicep cut, can do that. Then waist rotation. For a big guy, that's a pretty good range. Then pretty good range, guys. Amazing. This figures amazes me when it comes to the articulation. Now for the leg, is there a drop down? Yep, there is a drop down. So you can do the bend down. Pretty good. Can kick backward. You can kick forward. Again, for a big guy, a pretty good range. Then double jointed knee. There's actually rotation here. Rotation aside from the ankle rocker. So there's a separate, he has an ankle rocker and a separate rotation on that connection. Like that. Oh, I was about to say it doesn't have any articulation, but it does. I mean, look at that. Amazing. Again, definitely an A+ when it comes to the articulation. And this figure actually has a little bit of an advantage because he has a little bit of butterfly articulation. I don't know, guys, if there is a figure who can do a nice superhero pose, I guess it's this one. I think this is starting to be my favorite among the three. I mean, just look at that. Amazing. As for the scaling, guys, so here they are next to each other. So Kyo is the smallest one, Benimaru is in the middle, and obviously the biggest one is Goro. Now, I like all of this figure, but if you're gonna ask me which one is my favorite, I like Goro Daimon. I love how this figure is built, and I just considering that I am, as I said, I am not familiar with the. I am familiar with the game, but I haven't really played it for a long time, and I'm not really that much of a player when it comes to fighting games. I am more familiar of Kyo because she is usually the one that I use when I play the game. Now, for a character that I don't know, which is Goro, action figure wise, he's the best for me in this first wave. Second would be Benimaru, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but Kyo is actually my least favorite. Not that because he's bad, it's just that I just find the build of the other two better. Maybe it's because Kyo is Kyo's design of the jacket, and maybe a little bit of the fact that I think Kyo's not painted as much as the other figure. It would have looked better for me if maybe they used a more darker color. But again, I haven't played this game for a while. Maybe this is the color that they gave on him is accurate because it's kind of a lighter gray instead of black. Here they are next to a McFarlane figure, just to give you an idea of their scale. Here they are next to a Marble Legend. Here they are next to an SH Figuarts figure. Here they are next to a Blocky's Deadpool and Wolverine. Nah, since I said Deadpool, let's add Deadpool. So there's Blocky's Deadpool. And here they are next to a JoyToy's Ninja Turtle, which is also 1/8 in scale. So I guess that the turtles are smaller, but maybe when we get the second wave of this character. But I'm thinking that I think the SNK figures or the King of Fighters figures are a little bit oversized to the 1/8 in scale. Overall, a really strong initial release by JoyToy in this King of Fighters 98 line. I really hope that they continue this and complete all of the fighters. It actually got me interested in playing the King of Fighters game. If you are not a fan of King of Fighters, I'm pretty sure you're still gonna appreciate these figures if you are a huge fan of action figures, because these are action figures well made. And the fact that JoyToy already announced this first wave together with the second wave and the diorama, I really wish that they are fully invested in this IP and release more of the characters, because for me, who is not it's not that I'm not a fan, maybe that a casual gamer of the game, I really love these figures. And I'm pretty sure that this is also one way for SNK to actually bring the IP back to life and again gain new popularity. I know that King of Fighters is not as popular as Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, but still, these are pretty good characters. Speaking of which, given how good JoyToy made this, I really wish that they'll be able to get the Mortal Kombat IP, because we really need a company that will give us good Mortal Kombat figures. We really need it. I don't even care if it is in this scale, because my issue with 1/8 in scale having less detail and less articulation, well, JoyToy definitely proven me wrong, because as I said, this figures brings other company who releases higher scale figure to shame when it comes to sculpt and articulation. Anyway guys, if you've reached this part of my video, thanks a lot. If you like my video, please don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. And see you on the next one.